Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the Taurus Tarot reading for November. There's still a lot happening in the heavens. You might have noticed that if you've been following my horoscopes. All of the November horoscopes are up now, so do check those out. The other little bit of news is that I've started a new channel. It's called Truth, Reality, You. So it's all about the dreams and visions and things like that that I have and that I find interesting and how they might affect you. So do check that out. I'll put the link in the description here. Please subscribe and I'll get that channel up and running. So it'll have a different flavour to this channel, but I hope you find it very interesting. Okay, so let's go to the board now and have a look what the cards have to say for Taurus for November. If you are new, please consider subscribing to my channel now and hit that notification bell. Okay, so if you want to, you can do this like pick a card and pick a number for the month to be, you know, like a main theme, or you might find that you relate to all of the numbers. And you can go by time, so first, second, third, fourth week and the last few days of the month. Okay, so first card, first week. Let's see what comes out. Going with that card there. Close my eyes. I like to have a vision before I actually turn the card over. A lot of colours in front of my face here in spirit. Beautiful greens, aquas, purple, blue, lots of sort of heavenly colours coming in. Okay, all those purples and blues, you know, of Michael the Archangel and the heavens generally. Okay, there's somebody here that's got a broken bone. I feel like it might be in the right arm or hand or wrist, this sort of area. I can see it. Or maybe it's even, if it's not broken, it's bent. Okay, so that could be causing some arthritis in the right hand. So do get onto that medically if that's you. Okay, I then see a cross. That means this is a sacrifice that you're making in spirit somehow. Because it's the right hand, the right arm, it's about doing things. It's about achieving things. So perhaps on the earthly level here, you may have trouble manifesting things or carrying things out. You might start a job and not be able to finish a job, or not be able to make it physical. Okay, let's have a look, and the cards are sticking together because there's a big rainstorm that's just come over. Okay, so this is the Ace of Wands. It's about brand new beginnings. Interestingly, here's a hand and a wrist and a bit of an arm here. So you know what, that vision I just had, that might be affecting your ability to receive from spirit, because here they are handing you inspiration, motivation, like the will to succeed and achieve. It's like probably get started but not actually complete something. There's a lot of new growth here, these new leaves. The baseball bat's all about taking action. There's a crown of thorns here with a whole lot of green buds. I don't know if you can see those. But a new beginning, despite some challenges in the background, a new beginning where you may be feeling more motivated, more successful, or want to be more successful than usual. Let's look at the second card now for the second week of the month, and do stick around. That one wants to come out. Do stick around to the end of the video and I'll do a psychic channeling for everybody. Closing my eyes, what do I see? I've been in the forest. I'm coming out. It's been quite dark, and I don't know if it's the sound of the rain outside, but yes, it does feel like this forest has been quite wet and dank. Be careful of toxins, moulds, things like that, because they could be making you feel sick if you've got any mould in where you live, or even in things like mattresses. I didn't even know that you could get mould in mattresses, but yes, you can. or, you know, even in your lungs, you know, things like that. So you need to go to a doctor that specialises in that sort of thing. The average general practitioner probably isn't very interested in moulds, but they do cause a lot of harm to people. Okay, so in the forest coming out, so it's been very dank, and here in Australia we've got a lot of eucalyptus trees and they get this mould on them too. And especially if you know, live anywhere where the plants do get mould, and the spores of the mould could affect your health. Okay, but at the very least, what I'm seeing is it's like being in this dark place, now come out the other side and there's a light and a clearing and things are brighter. The card that comes out is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is a little bit adventurous, a little bit more exciting. There's the green leaves here as well, very similar to this the week before. So this is new growth and opportunity. Again, action needs to be taken. But you see, he's on a Taurus, so he's going slowly about it. He's being cautious, thinking about it. He's doing it, but he's not being impulsive. Okay, Taurans, this probably suits you better. Because you like to think about things and have it all worked out. There could be some thought about travel in the background, but most likely this shape here of the pyramid represents one or more of your chakras that is opening up and releasing things. Okay, so he's dressed in black. I'll say he. Traditionally it's a he, but in this card deck it's a she. But black is about the unknown. It's nothing to do with being evil or anything like that. It's just stuff that is hidden and that you don't know. And when you become aware of it, then it changes and it becomes light. Okay, so you could be feeling a little bit, you know, like broadening your horizons, stepping out, getting more independent. And that was in your horoscope. So I will put the horoscope link here as well. Looking at the third week of the month, or card 3, we'll go with that one there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see? Yeah, I've got tall cliffs on either side of me, so it's like I'm walking down a gorge. There are problems here that seem insurmountable, but you know what? They might not even be your problems. Sometimes we get wrapped up in everything that's going on, other people's business, and we think it's our business. And it can be like, especially in November, because we have the US elections. We also have the elections here in Queensland on the 31st of October. And so some people are very political animals. So they get all caught up in the rah-rah of, you know, name calling and, you know, making all these claims without actual evidence and that sort of thing. So just try to beware of that, because that will actually drag you down. So as soon as you see that, you know, you have to flick off, because whatever channel you're on or whatever you're doing, when you see that kind of stuff, that's a real red flag, because they're dragging your vibration down. It's a form of manipulation where, you know, there's a thing. I had to study statistics 3 times at university. They kept changing my course I was doing. And anyway, so 3 times I did statistics. And there's a thing called regression towards the mean. So those are right, you know, and it relates to so many things in any given population, a statistical population. And everybody gets dragged down towards the mean. And the mean is the score that most appears most often. So, you know, the really, really low scores get dragged up to the mean, and the really high scores get dragged down to the mean. And so this is the same with your vibration. If you're coming across anything that, you know, isn't a very wholesome energy or a very high vibration, it will drag you down to their level. So super important for you. If you want to be happy, you have to keep your vibration high. And on that point, there's a delay. Okay, so if you pick card number 3, or the third week of the month, the Hangman, it doesn't mean necessarily, going back to what I was just saying, it doesn't mean that your vibration won't go up. It's just going to take time. Okay, so there could be some delay at getting at the evolutionary point where you want to be. You know, if you're serious about your personal growth and spirit, you'll realise that these things don't happen in 5 minutes. So I meditated for 10 years before I even saw, Michael the Archangel. That's how long it took, and I did it every single day. So, it doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. And so that's what this card is saying. Be patient. All good things come to those who wait. Okay, card number 4. Card number 4. Okay, I'll go with that one. Closing my eyes. I've got yellow and green. Yellow is all about the solar plexus, success, goal-oriented behaviour. So taking action towards a goal. Break it up into steps. Sometimes things seem too big and it's just overwhelming. So just imagine it's broken up into small steps, and you do each little step at a time. It's not overwhelming, and that will help clear your energy in your solar plexus. And also, the reason that sometimes we have difficulties achieving or completing tasks or doing things and making them manifest is because the father energy that should have been there teaching us when we were little just didn't teach us for some reason. Either he wasn't there, or he wasn't a good role model, or he didn't know how to do it himself. And he's just struggling along trying to work out life as well. But I mean, I'm probably older than the vast majority of you, so I can tell you some tips and tricks to shortcut the things, things that I've learnt and that sort of thing. The card that comes up is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so 2 knights. And swords is your thinking processes. Okay, see, he's riding on an eagle. So this is big picture. It's also a very potent symbol of freedom and independence. Independence has been a theme in the horoscopes also. And this card is particularly relevant if you're in the US. Okay, because that's the national emblem, the eagle. Okay, national emblem, icon, national symbol. Okay, striking out with your words, striking out with your thoughts, making decisions, cutting off things that no longer serve you. That's what that sword is. Sometimes you may need to be a little bit ruthless doing this, and the Knight of Swords doesn't always think before he speaks. His words come out and they can be a bit ruthless or brutal or blunt. So do watch that if you pick card number 4 or in the 4th week of the month. And it's not that he means to hurt people, it's just that he's probably like 21 years of age and he's not thinking of the import of his words. But he is looking at the big picture. Do try to think about people's feelings as well. Let's look at, it's funny that we've got being patient and waiting here, and we've got knights on both sides. Knights are not known for their patience because they're young. They don't have the experience that, older people have, and they're sort of more driven by their emotions and their instincts. Okay, last few days of the month for November for you. Terrific, Taurus. Okay, going with that card there, closing my eyes. I see a stone building. It's maybe 100 to 200 years old, something like that. It feels like it's either army or like a garrison or maybe police, more army, police, something like that. So at the very least, it's a symbol of the government. It's a symbol of authority. There's hand-to-hand fighting out here. I can see, it's actually almost like these knights fighting hand-to-hand, okay? Maybe your natural instincts are fighting with symbols or authority figures towards the end of November. So just watch that. If you fight with authority figures, it's very hard to win, to be quite honest. You have to be normally, rather than come at it face to face like that, you've got to be a bit careful and come at the problem another way. There we go, the Tower. Okay, this is a breakdown in ideas, a belief system, something major you've believed for a long time, and it's not going to work out. Okay, so I'm sorry to say, you could have a sneaking feeling about it, because this eye in the sky, if you've been listening to yourself, it's been trying to tell you. But something's not going to work out the way that you thought it was. Okay, so it could be internal conflict. You could be fighting in yourself, different sides of your personality or parts of your subconscious, fighting, and it's hard to reach a decision on something. And it could also be in your personal life. Maybe it's the end of a relationship or a job or something that you've built a whole structure in your mind around. It could be on a country level, okay? There could actually be hand-to-hand fighting or rioting, or it could be, political parties fighting even, so division. But we know, in a sense, we know in the US that that's going to happen regardless of the outcome, because the election's on the 3rd of November. So somebody is not going to be happy somewhere. But just be careful. Yeah, it's probably best to avoid arguments if you can, and, say your piece, express yourself, and then walk away rather than get caught in arguments. So I'm sorry that's come out. But, some things need to end, and I just hope it's not too painful. Okay, so now I'm going to close my eyes. You've got 2 major arcana. Got a lot of this passionate, sort of fiery energy happening here. 2 lots of wands, hangman, swords, some thinking. Just be careful with the ruthless ones there. Look, it's not so much a bad month, but it is a big month. Okay. All right, so closing my eyes. What do I see for everybody in November 2020, especially the Taurians? Okay, so there's a big parchment, a scroll that's unrolling in front of me right now, and it is called the law. Okay, the law. Of course, this is natural law. This is not human law. And so there's like new proclamations, new, I won't say, when I say new, it's like natural law, and it's coming into our law, our judicial law, LAW, human law. And so that's new, but it's always been there. They're showing me now a big magnet, and this is your ability to attract things to you and to magnetize. So you could be particularly magnetic in November and drawing things towards you. So it's important to really pay attention and focus on what you're thinking and what you're saying and what your behavior is, because you're drawing new things in, and you want to draw the right things into your life in November. Okay, so stay positive. Try to keep your vibration very high, keep it up there so that you can attract, all the positive energies and all the energies that uplift you. Okay, what else do I see? I see it's like somebody's ears, and I'm behind them, and I can see their ears that happen to be aqua, which is a strange colour for ears. Keep your ear out. Keep an ear out because there's some new news. I keep saying new, it's actually news with the S, so it's new things, plural, so it's new S. New things coming in to help, change your life. Actually, they want to say, despite, it could be chaos, yes, I admit it, but despite that, it's actually really beneficial opportunities that are giving you a lot of energy and a lot of juice for transformation. The colour is green, emerald. The stone emerald is important. Maybe you've got a new emerald ring or something like that. But actually, I can see all this green, and it's got little wavy lines in it moving. It's moving. So things are moving, and it's all about growth. Okay, expansion. This is good for your money too. This colour, some people will make a lot of money at this time. and depending on, you know, how well you're listening to your intuition, if that can be you or not. Then I see a woman and she has a huge ankh around her neck, and this is the Egyptian cross with the circle at the top, or the oval at the top, which is the symbol for life, the Egyptian ankh, and it's really big. So a cross with the circle at the top, and so that just says that that you'll have more vitality. There's a great big huge phoenix bird here rising from the ashes. So if you know this is you, the Tower card, this relates to you, there's new life coming to you, and the old life wasn't that good anyway. So this is actually situation is the silver lining is it's going to work out better for you in the long run. Okay, well, that's it. I hope you found it a little bit helpful. If you did, please consider leaving a like, sharing, and leave me a comment. Also, if you're new, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell right now. Thanks so much for listening, everybody, and remember, go over to my new channel, Truth, Reality, You, and I'll leave the link. Okay, thanks again, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.